In Ontario, we have over 200 plant and animal species listed as at risk of disappearing from the wild forever. But landowners, working together with biologists and local community groups, are striving to reduce that number, one species at a time. The eastern sand darter, a small, inconspicuous fish once widespread throughout North America, is on the verge of extinction. Here in southwestern Ontario, only a few small populations remain. Biologists monitor these populations and work with the local community to maintain and improve sand darter habitat.
The eastern sand darter is slender in elongate and is translucent, and it has distinct bars along its side, and its dorsal fins are distinctly separated. This fish species is found in shallow sandy habitat in large rivers and streams, and siltation would definitely be the biggest threat, so habitat loss. If there is sedimentation or soil erosion from nearby fields or from the banks beside the river, that tends to smother the sandy habitat. So that can either smother the eggs of developing sand darters or reduces oxygen for the adults. Most likely a male, and its breeding colors, and then we're working with landowners through our stewardship program, our Healthy Watersheds program, where we connect landowners with advice and information and grants to implement projects on their properties.
Because it was an undulating area, we kind of thought this would be a good spot to put a pond. There's a lot of drain off down the field, and there's a lot of erosion further down here where it's all caving in. It's quite a quality wetland across the road, so they were concerned that you get clay in here, it's going to screw everything up and there's going to damage further downstream. So the combination of keeping the creek clean and stopping the erosion here on the farm, because there are big hunks coming off, that we thought, okay, if we build this dam here, it'll drain in here and we can use it.
The landowners in our watershed are really keen to implement stewardship projects. They would implement them for a whole host of reasons, not necessarily specifically for the sand darter, but they want to improve habitat more as an ecosystem approach to benefit all species. That could be a wetland on their property, but that wetland could end up helping with flood mitigation, which then in turn helps the eastern sand darter.
I had originally rented out my land to the local farmer, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to come back and look into conservation because I enjoy birds, I've always enjoyed nature, and I just wanted to have an area for them because the habitats were just being obviously encroached in a pretty dramatic way. We're just part of an animal chain, and we may be the top, but we need the bottom to sustain all of us going through. So I think we should all think of how we're using our land. You know, if you allocate a certain portion, then you're doing your bit to help, you know, and someone might put 10 acres, another one might put 50, another one might just put an acre. But an acre may get a few bees, a few butterflies and whatever. You're going to help, you know. I mean, you really do need to start thinking about where we're going. So, yeah.